Bushmanmick here. Yeah, that's right, I'm on a beach. There's fish, there's coconuts, there's even crocodiles. I've been exploring Australia since 2018, fishing and learning about the land. Stick around if you want to see what I get up to. Oh yeah, it's heating up. I think it's about that time of day. It's coconut time. I'm in coconut heaven right now. So many coconuts here. I'm on the hunt now for the juiciest, most sweetest coconut. Got my handy coconut pole, 2 pieces, got plenty of reach. All right, coconut pole, get the coconut. Haha, perfect length. Alrighty, stand back. Always gotta watch your head. Boom, 1 down. Usually, a lot of those green ants come down as well and jump on you and start biting you. Give me the coconut. Yeah! Yeehaw! All this hard work deserves the coconut. Got my silky saw. All right, it grows from the top. I cut them from the bottom. It's the easiest way, I reckon. Cut like that. Chip away. And you move it like that. You do that until you find the nut, which is right there, the hard bit. And then you just take the tip of that nut off to expose the white meat. That way you don't lose any when you open it up. And there you go, voila. White meat, pry that open, and you get your straw. Here's one I prepared earlier. I've actually lost my metal straw, so I'm using this as a backup. It came from my water filter. There we go. Oh, that is so good. That is the perfect coconut. That's exactly what I needed this morning. Couple of these and I'll be good to go. Move on to the next little mission. Now, let's do something else. One sprouted coconut. I'm going to dehusk this with my silky knife. A few big cuts along the top part where it's sprouting out from. And then get your knife in there, or your machete or whatever you have, and pry like this. Pry the husk off the nut. Then you can hold it with one hand and even just muscle it off a bit. And you just work your way around like so. It's in there, get it in, pry it off. Doesn't take that much force, you don't have to be very strong to do this. The other method I use is, if I find a nice good hardwood bit of timber that's fallen over, I'll fashion a spike, push the coconut onto, and then rip it off like that. But I'm not going to do that here because I'm going to move. There's no point. Just do this. Do this quick and easy. Doesn't take long. Couple minutes. There we go. Halfway there. Couple more of those and we're done. When I first started this journey, one of the first things I did, as soon as I got up to far north Queensland, I'm like, oh, there's all these coconuts on the trees. So I quite quickly fashioned up the very first generation of coconut pole. It was made out of probably a fiberglass extendable tube that I got from a tackle store that was originally supposed to be for retrieving lures. And basically, over the years, I've just refined it and made new ones and broken them, and until I got my final design now, which is still getting refined. Because there's really not much out there on the market in terms of coconut poles. I know they have professional ones, but they don't actually get that long, and they're really, really expensive too. So you just make your own. My coconut pole goes to about 9 meters, which, hey, it's not easy to use at 9 meters. It's like a piece of spaghetti and it can be really shifty and a lot can go wrong. But I've kind of mastered it over the years. Yeah, mate, I think we're just about done. Look at that. That's where it grows out of. Boom. We've got the knot, Gary. We've had something to drink, Now we're gonna have something to eat. I hold it sideways like that. There's a face. And if you just give it taps all around the circumference, then you should be able to break it into 2 halves and have a couple little bowls. Always smell your coconuts before you eat them, even drink them, because you'll be surprised. Sometimes they might have been floating in the ocean or in a river and they've actually opened up and water's gone in, and believe me, you do not want to be eating or drinking a rotten coconut or coconut water. It's the most disgusting thing ever. The smell alone will just make your hands smell so bad. Coconut heart, I've shown these in my last videos. Oh, you know what we're gonna do with this one? We're gonna do something different with this coconut meat because it's nice and oily. Yeah. Someone said to me the other day, this stuff is like a fairy floss. And I'm like, you know what? I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Nature's fairy floss. Not bad. Good little bit of tucker to get me going this morning. I've got a plan for this later on. I'm gonna do something really cool with that. That's the perfect one. I've been waiting for one of those to come along. And right next to the coconut trees over here, there's this really, really tall tree. You might recognize this tree if you live in a coastal area. Its common name is beach almond, sea almond, and the scientific name I actually know off the top of my head, Terminalia catapa. Very, very common coastal tree. And it doesn't have much fruit on it at the moment, but I can see one, which we could probably get down. Come on, Gary. There it is. When the seed pods are growing on the tree, that's what they look like. Usually green. They can change color to like a reddish color, I believe. And they're kind of oval with that. But when they're green like that, you're not going to be able to get any almonds out of them. You've got to wait for them to dry out, so you've got to get them off the ground, but you've got to get them before they rot out. Be looking if you want to get a feed. Right here, inside this little seed pod, there's actually a tasty little snack. Very similar, very, very similar to an almond in taste and in appearance. Now I'm going to get me trusty Silky, which I left over at the coconut tree. All right, need a hard surface. I'm going to use this palm frond. There's like a little chopping table. Beautiful. Hey, little buddy. Coming over for a feed, are ya? These guys love eating the coconut meat whenever I have a bit left over. Very, very hard. Should just get the angle grinder out and grind it open. It's not a bad idea, actually. All right, I've got it open. So I actually broke it into 2, but you can tell it looks very, very similar to an almond. And it tastes like an almond, a little bit different, very similar to an almond. Not bad at all. Bit of work, I'm sure there's easy ways to do it. And you can see there, that's where it was sitting, right in the middle there, in that little hole, just like that. If you got a good opening, then that should be worth it. Oh, that would be really good, actually, almonds. I could open up heaps of them. Oh, gypsy girl. I think it's time. Hey, Mr. Turkey. All right, then do a little bit of cooked breakfast now. What's on the menu? Rock cod. I caught a rock cod the other day. They're delicious. I love them. A little bit of rock cod. A little bit of, oh, we've got luxury store-bought eggs. Yes, I buy stuff from the shops now and then. Basic essentials. Whole foods. Eggs, butter, sometimes rice, sometimes potatoes, salt, coffee, and a few other little things, you know, gas and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I still use money. Obviously, I've got to pay for mechanical repairs, parts, and obviously diesel, always using lots and lots of diesel. Sometimes a tank a week, sometimes half a tank, sometimes 2 tanks. I try to keep my fuel consumption to no more than 1 tank per week. And when I say 1 tank, I've got 2 tanks. I mean just one of the 2 tanks. Depending where I am, it can be anywhere from like, you know, $100, over $100 to close to $200, depending on the fuel prices. I'm fully self-funded. I don't receive help from anyone. I don't get any help from the government. I don't believe that I'm someone who needs help from the government. I'm fully self-funded. I've always been self-funded. I've always taken care of myself. I've never really had any financial help from family. I've actually been self-sufficient from a very young age. That's probably why I'm able to do what I'm doing now, because I know how to be very conservative and very responsible with my money. I would say I did quite well financially before I left to hit the road. I had my own business, I had guys working for me, I had cars, I had all the material things that, you know, everyone has. I never lived week to week, not since I was in my early 20s. I didn't work for anyone else from the age of 24 up. I grinded pretty hard, I saved a lot of money. And these days, my budget for a year is around 12 to 15K, give or take. So I'm under the tax threshold. Try to do everything legitimately with taxation office and the government and so on. How strict I am with my diet and how much I do fishing and collecting coconuts and all the rest of it. Not to mention, I do 99% of my own maintenance and repairs on Gypsy van, did my own van build, do all electrical work myself. I'm loaded. Most of my weight in my vehicle is tools. So over the years, the tools have helped me to make money. I've done a ton of jobs for travelers, backpackers, caravanners, doing repairs, maintenance on their vehicles. I've done a lot of 12-volt electrical work, solar panel installs, diagnosing battery issues, leakages, even mechanical work I've done on the road a lot too. But these days, I've tried to put all that to the side and just focus on doing these videos for you guys. I love it. It's what I've really enjoyed doing. Mate, what are you eating down there? Oh, a bit of flour. A bit of flour from the fish that I'm cooking. Like I've never run out of money on the road. I've always made sure I've had money in the bank. But it's a thing I think a lot of people find hard to get their head around. I think a lot of people have some kind of idea that I was just like a homeless person on Centrelink, struggling in life, and then kind of started living out of my car, living out of my van. And hey, I've met a ton of beautiful people who have had that situation, and I've connected with them, hang out with them, whatever, become friends with them. It's all good, no judgment. But that's just not my background. That's not where I've come from. I think a lot of people kind of get stuck in that judgment of like judging someone very quickly based on their appearance, which I think is just hilarious. It's so funny. I laugh about it all the time. Don't need much to live on the road. You need to really go within and not need a lot of external things to make yourself feel good. I'm happy walking along this beach all day, flicking lures, catching a big fish, and I'm fulfilled and I'm happy. I don't need to be on the internet or out the shopping centres buying lots of things to put into a house that is not really going to help me in life anyway, and is just going to become some kind of crazy addiction. That's not what I'm about. Here we go, another one of my very cheap sub $1 meals. Oh, the price of eggs these days, far out, crazy. I think it costs, what? It's probably $1 worth of eggs just there. It's insane. I'm gonna have to start finding bush eggs. I know these turkeys like to lay eggs, and they're pretty easy to find. I don't know what legalities are though, of taking a bush turkey egg. Bush turkey eggs, that could be good. You can't go wrong with rock cod. It's like beautiful white flesh. It's very soft. When you're filleting it, it's not the easiest thing to fillet because it is quite squishy and gooey, but man, it's so good. And out here in the reef, there's a ton of them. I just use the popper lure, same as what I use for the queenies. Pop it over the reef and they'll come up really quick, grab it and try to suck it down into the rocks. Haha, yes. Seen a bus up out there on the beach, ran out with the good old popper. I love this color, the red and white one. Picked up this beautiful little queenie. Easily legal size on these is 50 centimeters. Oh, when they're out there busting up, it's just that easy. One good cast, couple big pops, and before you know it, you've landed yourself a little bit of tucker. Now these guys, I like to cook them, I like to fillet them, cook the fillets with a little bit of butter and salt. And I also like to cure the meat with a little bit of vinegar, lemon or lime if I have it, garlic, onion, and whatever else I've got lying around, you know, maybe a bit of chili or even ginger if I've got it lying around. Awesome queen fish. Very, very nice, very happy with that. Oh, fill her up, get her in the fridge ASAP. Don't want to keep these guys out of the fridge for too long because the meat will go bad pretty quick. Also, I never freeze queen fish. They're just one of those fish that don't freeze well. The meat kind of goes mushy and just doesn't taste good after that. So I like to refrigerate it quickly and then eat it fresh within a few days. We're legal. There's legal there, 50, and we've gone up to about 60, 61, Gary. Very good, very happy. Queen fish are probably one of my favorite fish to fillet. Don't know if it's because I've just done so many of them. I just find them really easy, and I've got a little hack. I don't eat the skin on a queen fish. I don't know if anyone really does. If you do, good on you. I'm not gonna eat it. They don't have scales. They've just got like a leathery kind of thick skin. And I'm going to show you how I actually take the skin off first. Do the usual cut of skin all along here, like so. Easy peasy. So I've opened the skin the whole way along there, come in the bottom here, and instead of cutting the meat off, I'm going to actually cut the skin off only, like that. Leave the meat on the actual fish still, like so. See that? Okay, now I'm going to do the same along here. Open up the skin only. I'm not cutting deep in, just the tip of the knife. That'll do. Now, peel that up like that. Boom, skin's off. Just like that, Gary. Now I just fillet it as per usual. And just like that, and get all of the fillet off with no skin on it. And I can cook it. I can make my very own hummus out of it. Can do whatever. That easy. All right, back to the kitchen. Seeing I've got this queenfish now, may as well make something. Right, I'm going to take one of the queenfish fillets and I'm going to chop it up into small bite-sized pieces. Voila! We're going to chop up a clove of garlic and whole onion. Yeah, use the whole onion, why not? It's the only one I got, so may as well use it. So what I'm making is usually called hummus. There's another name for it, ceviche. I spent a lot of time in the Northern Territory around Darwin. Everyone calls it hummus, so I've just adopted that. And it's going to be a really, really basic version of hummus. Now, I've got a bit of space left in there, so I'm probably just going to go get the other fillet and chuck it in as well. May as well. So as I was saying earlier, you don't want to freeze queen fish because it kind of goes mushy, it doesn't taste good anymore. The thing I love about it is you can make really good hummus. And in the fridge, the hummus can last, it can last easy a week, probably 2 or 3 weeks even. I can't remember how long I kept it for last time, but week, no problem at all. So I love them, not only because it's easy to catch and lots of fun, but you can do these type of different things. You can just cure it, put it in the fridge, means I don't have to cook, I don't have to use gas, and I can just pull something straight out of the fridge on a hot day and have a meal. Now in here, that's easy 2 meals of hummus. And just chuck a bit of salt in there as well. Now you can put other ingredients as well. In the past, I've put in ginger, chili, and even lemon juice, lime juice, but I just don't have those things. I was lucky to even find 1 onion and a little bit of garlic that hadn't gone off yet. A lot of my garlic's just gone moldy. And I like to always carry a big tub of vinegar because this stuff is really handy. Make sure I cover all the fish. Keep that in the fridge overnight and it'll be good to eat tomorrow morning. No cooking, meal ready to go. Oh, yep. Oh, I think it's coconut time again. Here's some I prepared earlier. There it is. I've got an idea. There's a little mission that I want to complete. Quick pit stop at the coconut trees. There's a lot of sprouted coconuts here. This one right here, the roots are definitely established into the soil. And I have faith that they will probably survive. But there's so many that are just not going to survive. Like this one here, and the other ones, when the wet season comes, they're probably going to get washed away into the ocean and never really sprout and never survive. And they're all concentrated here, fighting for the light, fighting for the nutrients in the soil. I'm going to grab a whole lot of these coconuts. We're going to take them somewhere else to help the future generations so they can also have coconuts. They're just dropping on top of one another and they're just dying. I really believe this is the right thing to do. You know, I think the ancestors of the land, this is something they would have done. They would have spread seeds, they would have spread bush tucker all around these areas for the future generation. Go, coconuts forever. We want coconuts. Yeah, coconut. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And they need to be spread around a little bit, you know? What if there's a big storm that comes along and knocks these four over? When I'm in the top end, I usually have coconuts on board. They're a good staple. Something to drink, something sweet, and also a little bit of food too. And not to mention, I make coconut milk and even coconut oil. I wonder what we're gonna find around here. We're gonna find something. I'm getting a little bit peckish. I don't want to eat a whole meal, I just want to have a little bit of a snack. Something small and hopefully yummy. Whoop, hang on. Oh, we better stop right here. I've just seen something. We can eat. Haha, look what we've got here. This is our lucky day today. You're not going to believe what I've just found. Now, growing on this little coastal shrub here, there's all these little red fruits, and the ants are loving them right now. They're walking all over my hand because these are called the Cedar Bay cherry. They start off small and green, and then they go to a yellow color. There's an ant on my face. And then after they go yellow, they get bigger and they start ripening. Then they're ready to eat when they're red. And you just literally just eat them. Watch out for the little seed on the inside. Get rid of that. Delicious, juicy, a little bit sweet, a little bit of a citrus kind of taste to them as well. Absolutely love them. Very lucky to be eating these this time of year because they're a wet season fruit. And there's absolutely thousands and thousands of these shrubs growing in the sand dunes here in this coastal ridge. And out of all these trees that I've seen, this is the only one that's bearing fruit that's ripe at the moment, which I'm extremely surprised to see. Just goes to show I'm absolutely blessed. Absolutely blessed. Wow. I'm not surprised to find all these green ants walking all over here, because right here, there's a green ant nest. And these guys, look, oh, he's biting me. Look at him. They will protect their nest so well. They will jump on you, they will bite you, and they'll get leaves, weave it together with almost like a spider web type of material that they make themselves. I'm not surprised they're living here because they've got all these beautiful juicy cherries. It's cherry time today, so blessed. Absolutely delicious. Show me the cherries, Gary. Check it out, it's not every day you get a whole feed of beautiful sweet native cherries out here in the bush. I'm gonna enjoy these because I come from a land down under. Da, 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 da. And we got some native peanuts as well. Yep, lots of native peanuts around here. I'm not gonna stop though because I have documented them in my last 2 videos. So if you wanna know about those, check out my other videos. Lots and lots of peanuts. I've been eating peanuts almost every day. Oh, yep. There's a spot. one coconut going there. All right, one coconut in the ground. Hopefully it survives. And another one right there. Yeah, I don't know how well these coconuts will do in the sand dunes there out in the sun. Bit of an experiment. I have put them in on beaches before and come back a year later and they have taken. Some of them do, some of them don't, you just don't really know. But the rest of them, I'm going to put them a little bit more inland in a little bit wetter conditions where there's nearby billabongs. Oh, I reckon there's a good spot down here. All right, found a nice little clearing that will get water in the very near future. Yeah, this is the spot. This is definitely the spot, Gary. We're gonna make a coconut circle right here. Good open sunlight, we'll get water, and the coconuts are not gonna wash away in the wet season here. Planting the coconuts in the ground so the future people can have the coconuts everywhere. Getting hot, getting very, very hot right now, Gary. Handbrake off. Good one, mate. To the next location. All right. All you need in life to drink is coconuts. We don't need anything else. They will just root themselves if they're just sitting somewhere, but I'm doing this just to help them so they don't move, especially if, you know, there's a lot of rain in the wet season soon and the area floods. I don't want them rolling away and getting washed away and not being able to sprout. This one's already got roots growing. Hopefully that takes off well. Next one, that's the one. Beautiful. All right, here's the last ones. This is the coconut revolution. The future generations are going to have thousands and thousands of coconuts for eating and drinking purposes for many, many generations. Each tree will produce thousands of coconuts. Each coconut that sprouts will continue the legacy of coconut sprouting and providing sustenance for people out here under the sun. You see, some people like to drink Coca-Cola. Some people like to drink Powerade. Some people like to drink beer. But Bushman Mick loves to drink coconuts. Because you see, the amazing thing about coconuts is not only are they not bad for you in any way at all, but they're actually good for you. Yes, they will make you healthier and stronger and more intelligent. Another coconut in the ground. I've been drinking coconuts for a very long time now, and all I can report is that they make me feel bloody amazing. There we go. You never know, you might be out in the middle of the bush one day and you might come across a little plantation of coconuts and you might think to yourself, where do all these coconuts come from? Well, just think of me, Bushman Mick, spreading the coconuts for the good of humanity. Oh yeah, job done. You know what time it is now? That's right. All right, you might remember this coconut heart that I opened up this morning. So I was going to do something special with it. So because this meat is so oily and it's not very thick, I'm going to get my handy bushcraft knife here because it's a really thick gauge steel. It's nice and strong. It's not going to break or bend easily. And I'm actually going to just pry out all this meat with my knife. Bite-sized chunks, like so. Won't take long, probably take about 2 minutes all up. Special thing about the meat of a coconut heart is it's actually extra oily. The oils are now coming out of the coconut, like so, like an oily cream kind of taste. Now I've got a coconut meat over to the kitchen. I just gave these a bake for about 10 minutes on a medium heat. And a little bit of me salt, like so. That's it. Coconut chips cooked in their own oils. Look at that. Look at that beautiful coconut chip. Mmm. That's delicious. Really delicious. Can't believe that. 2 ingredients. You've seen it with your own eyes. 2 ingredients. Way better than you'd expect, really. They taste like coconut chips. Oily, salty, lots of flavour. Firewood. I want to go to the beach for sunset. May as well chuck another line out. You never know. Might be able to put a bit more food in the fridge for the next several days. Oh, it'd be good to fill up the fridge with some more queenfish. To the beach we go. I want to thank absolutely everyone for watching today, and especially to all my new subscribers. Welcome aboard. I'm going to continue to pump out a video every Sunday at the moment, sometimes Saturday, but usually Sunday morning around 9:30 a.m. So you can get up, have your brekkie, and see what I've been up to during the week. Also, you can contact me for anything at all, even if you just want to say g'day at Bushmanmick on Instagram, or my email address, which is in my YouTube homepage. Oh, and of course, listen, I don't have a lot of time for phone calls these days, but I'm still fitting in a couple phone calls on the weekends for all you beautiful people who want to get on the phone, have a chat with me. I don't charge much at all. I'm going to go fishing now and enjoy the sunset, have a little campfire, and hopefully fill up this fridge with some more fish. Thanks for watching, my friends. See you on the next episode. Over and out.